We live in exciting times, in an age where the internet and technology is both the biggest disruptor and the biggest enabler. And when I reflect back on my journey, my diverse background has certainly made me more resilient to change, but more agile and adaptable to make the most of every opportunity to innovate and lead change. So a little about me. I am a Chinese Kiwi. My dad describes me as a banana. White on the inside and yellow on the outside. A collision of Chinese culture and values growing up in a Western world. I was born in Lower Hutt, my dad was born in Westport, my mum was born in Auckland, and so I'm Kiwi through and through. But growing up in Australia, people just couldn't quite figure me out. Was I Maori because I was from New Zealand? Was I Samoan because I had dark skin? Was I Chinese because I looked Asian but spoke perfect English? Well, I'd hope so because it's the only language I can speak. But all I really knew was that I was different. But after 3 primary schools and 3 high schools, I got pretty good at being resilient, adapting to new environments and making the most of every opportunity. Traits that have actually turned out to be hugely valuable in today's age of accelerated change. I did a marketing degree at university. Because I hated the thought of being an accountant, and so apologies to anyone who's an accountant in the room. But I had a passion for being creative, and I thought combined with my strong analytical capabilities, it would be a powerful strength. And so my first few jobs out of university really drove my passion for new product development, innovation, and technology. And ever since then, I've always looked for opportunities with a technology and an innovation bent. Not because I'm a technologist, but my strength is the ability to connect customer need with a proposition that is enabled via technology. So I have 6 key insights that I want to share with you around disruption, innovation, and culture. Media is probably one of the most fast-paced, exciting industries that I've ever worked in. It's in real time, it's highly transactional, it's really in tune with its audiences, but it's also probably one of the most disruptive business models around. In an ever-changing environment that's really now dominated by Google and Facebook, the rules continue to change. And so my first insight is around don't wait to be disrupted, disrupt yourself. At NZME, I launched iHeartRadio. It's a digital streaming service that was going to disrupt traditional radio listening. And I had to convince the board that we weren't disrupting radio, we were actually filling a customer need. And I truly believe if you're going to disrupt yourself, you need to go boldly. You need to go really hard and really prove whether it is going to disrupt or not disrupt. And in the first 4 weeks, we went really hard on iHeartRadio when we launched it, and we delivered 50,000 subscriptions and registered users in that first 4 weeks. And so it was successful because we fulfilled that customer need. Traditional listeners could now listen to radio anywhere, anytime, on any device. And that incremental listening delivered incremental revenue. And so if you're not going to try, then you just really will not know whether that disruption will come to life or not, and you won't have the ability to future-proof your business. My second insight is around disruption is build context and take people on the journey to embed the change. A project I initiated at NZME was to develop an integrated newsroom across print, radio and digital. It had never been done anywhere else in the world, and it was really about disrupting the traditional way of collecting and gathering and producing news. And so the project was met with a huge amount of scepticism from the team. But by building context around the need that consumers really were connected 24/7 and no one ever waited for the 6 p.m. news on TV or the morning newspaper to really catch up with what was going in the world. And then going on to co-create a vision with the team for the new newsroom. That integrated newsroom was really truly successful. It was embedded and it was embraced, and it wasn't met with resistance, because resistance can truly be a killer of innovation. The third insight on disruption is partnering for rapid success. There was a growing awareness that the Chinese community was growing significantly in New Zealand, and at NZME that we were potentially not going to be able to serve a really huge segment of the audience shortly. We could have built and managed a website, but we didn't have the internal expertise or the cultural capability and the presence in the Chinese community to be truly successful. We knew we had a strong news brand in the New Zealand Herald. We knew we had a strong portfolio of content across entertainment and news. And so we played to our strengths, and we partnered with the Chinese Herald to fill in where we had gaps. And it was really, truly a successful partnership, because what we brought to the party was a great brand and great content, and what the Chinese Herald brought to the party was that cultural capability and that true connection with the Chinese community in New Zealand. And so that's been a successful initiative, and launched the Chinese New Zealand Herald to really fill a gap in the market for the Chinese community who had a desire for credible New Zealand news but translated into Chinese. Innovation and collaboration go hand in hand. Play to your strengths and collaboration with a partner can be a successful formula to innovating and avoiding disruption rather than going it alone. At MYOB, our vision is to help businesses succeed by delivering intelligent and intuitive solutions that make business life easier. And the thing I really love about software companies is that innovation is in their DNA. They've removed all the barriers to innovation that traditional businesses have, where you have to write a business case and prove an ROI for every little feature that you want to develop. MYOB's philosophy is that we invest a percentage of our revenue in R&D and innovation every year, and that is our investment in driving our business forward and making sure we stay relevant in an environment that continually changes. So my fourth insight is really around strategy that focuses on innovation and on delivering customer success. At MYOB, we have a 3-year corporate strategy. It's called Stratosphere. And it was based on the law of accelerating change and that the exponential changes that technology is driving. In times of exponential change, trajectory strategies are critical. Trajectory strategies force you to look 10 years out and then work your way backwards to the present. It made us think about the big megatrends that were going to impact on our industry, things like big data, machine-to-machine learning, AI, and human-assisted technology, and what it meant for our customers. Stratosphere defined our vision, our values, and our strategic imperatives, and the innovation required to take our industry to the cloud and beyond. And that provided us with a focus of the key areas of innovation that we had to deliver on to deliver customer success. The fifth insight on innovation and culture is to define how you deliver innovation. At MYOB, we have future makers. It is how we make the future and how we deliver innovation across our teams. So everyone across our development, our product, and our marketing teams is a future maker, and they're organised around delivering customer value. The 4 key pillars of Future Makers is make great crews. This is about delivery excellence and constantly improving the capability of our delivery crews. Make, test, make. This is about delivering working software regularly and celebrating that success. Make great stuff. This is about building out the MYOB platform and delivering great products. And finally, make customer success. This is about being focused on delivering for customers and optimising those customer feedback loops, which is critical to innovation. This has mobilised our teams to innovate and deliver the future. And my final insight on innovation and culture is creating an inclusive employee experience across culture, physical, and technological environments that drives team engagement and innovation. Some of the things that we focus on are creating a diverse and inclusive culture. So we have development teams that work in the agile mindset. They're self-managing teams, and so they're very focused on leveraging every team member's perspective and truly collaborating to create those clever solutions that they build every day. Another initiative is company-wide hack days. It just brings people from across the different teams together to solve problems and truly create that culture of innovation. It's about creating the right digital experience so our teams have the right tools to collaborate and be productive. And it's about having the right physical workplaces that encourages agility, flexibility, and inspires them to do great work. All of our workplace experiences at MYOB are focused on creating an inclusive environment where everyone feels they can be themselves. And the nexus of these 3 experiences creates an employee experience that drives innovation and collaboration. And so in closing, we live in a digitally enabled environment which will continue to change exponentially, where disruption, innovation, and culture will play a role in every business, and where diverse thinking and perspectives will be embraced. You just need to go boldly.